So after a year and a half on the Faire platform, we have reached the $100,000 mark in product sales. In specific, we are at $104,091 as of the recording of today's video. And I thought that it would be really interesting to take you in the back end, the analytics portion of Faire. I haven't done this in a little bit, and this is just such a huge milestone for us. So I thought that I would take you through the back end and also just give you some of my tips on how to do well on Faire from what feels like such a limited experience on the platform since we've only been on there a year and a half. But I do think that I do have some tips that could help you out. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica and I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. And today's video, we are going to go through all of my analytics on the Faire platform. Now, if you're not familiar with what Faire is a marketplace that connects retailers and wholesalers together. So it allows us as candle business owners, or if you're a soap maker or a jewelry maker or some kind of handmade business owner, then it allows us to sell our products to retailers who then put the products up in their retail shops and then sell it at retail price. So I've talked a lot about wholesale and retail on this channel. So this is our main source of income right now, is wholesale through Faire. So Faire has been very good to us. I know everybody has different experiences on Faire, but it's been very, very good to us. Now, just as a disclaimer, I know that because I'm here on YouTube, I know I'm able to kind of advertise that we're here on Faire, and I have gotten some retailers from Faire to purchase from us on, some retailers from YouTube as my subscribers watching to come and purchase wholesale on Faire from us. But I would say probably maybe 80% of the retail customer base that we have has been brought to us by Faire. So, and I can see that because we have a 15% commission that gets taken from us. So let's go ahead and hop onto the analytics. So I'm going to show you a couple different things. The first one is, let me get this recorded. So the first one is right here on the analytics portion. So this is lifetime. So I filtered it by lifetime. So this means from day one on the platform up until today's date, how much we've actually earned. So the order volume is that $104,091. Conversion rate is 3.4%, and then average rating. So we have a 5-star rating, super nice to have. We actually haven't gotten a review in quite a little while, but I think we have around 28 reviews, which still super grateful for, especially since we don't typically reach out and ask for them. It's really just up to the retailer's discretion to leave those reviews. And then if we scroll down here, I really like to see this kind of bar graph of everything. So what I find really interesting is our first week on the platform, that is our second highest grossing week that we've had. So this is all by weeks. So July 16th was when we had joined the platform, or at least had gotten our first sale at that time. And this was also during the summer market. So this was during the summer market of 2023. And it kind of blew us away at the results that we had gotten during that market. And it really set us off on a really good foot. So that was our first week. And then as you can see, things kind of dipped down a little bit and then picked back up again in October and then throughout the rest of the end of the year. And then it's been pretty steady since we've gotten on the platform. Of course, there's certain weeks that have been a little bit slower, and February and March tends to be the slower seasons. But we'll see how it goes this season, because obviously we're in January, and after the winter market, it does tend to slow down a little bit. But again, we've only had a year and a half on the platform, and this is only our second winter season that we've ever experienced on the platform. So we'll see how that goes. But this right over here, so July 21st to the 27th, this was the summer market of 2024. This was our highest grossing week that we've had on the platform. And yeah, so I think it's interesting. This market that we did on when we first joined the platform, we had 10 orders. And then this one, we had 10 orders. But you can see there's a difference in how much people are actually ordering in one quantity in the dollar amount. So I want to look over here. So total orders we've had is 368. So I want to figure out what's the average that we're that we're earning. So 104,091 divided by 368. So an average of $282, $83 an order, which is pretty average for us. We have a lot of $200 and $300 orders. We also have a lot of $500, $600, $1,000 orders. I think during the market we had, I think it was like a $200 or $2,500 order or something. That was pretty crazy. So going down here, so we've had almost 4,500 retailer page visits. That conversion rate, I mean, it's pretty good. It says average is 4% in home decor, but you know, I don't know. I'm cool with the 3.4%. And then we have that 5-star rating right there. So here is this kind of overview of the analytics of the back end. And then real fast before I get into any of the tips that I want to give in this video, I want to show you what we did last year specifically. So I'm just going to filter this from January 1st of 2024 all the way to December 31st because we had a goal of doing $75,000 on the platform. I had stated that in one of my previous videos that I wanted to gross $75,000. Really exciting to build upon what we have started so far on Faire, and it's really, really working for us. So that is definitely a huge goal, and I would love by this time next year to be at close to, if not at 100,000 gross sales on the platform, just lifetime sales. So we're at about 25,000 right now, and that would put us at around maybe 75,000 for the whole year, which I think is very doable. And we did $74,003. And I'm like, oh man, we were so close. We were so close to hitting the goal. But then also in my head, I'm like, but I feel like we did hit the goal. Like we were so close to hitting the goal that it felt like it. Even when we were at like 68, 69,000, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're like pretty much there. It feels like we're there. And that to me felt like a really big goal to set. So it was really fun and kind of crazy to feel like we actually hit that goal. So all of last year we did that 74,246 orders. So I'm curious to see the difference in 74,003 divided by 246, so 300. So yeah, I mean, overall, we actually did a higher average order volume throughout 2024 than we have over the lifetime. So I'm guessing, or I'm thinking that means that our repeat retailers are ordering more from us, and that is what we've been experiencing. And we have had quite a few, actually we've had a lot of repeat retail orders from us, a lot of the same retailers ordering again and again from us. So 16 total reviews from 2024. So this is just an overview that you can see everything, just kind of get an idea of what the analytics portion looks like. And then if you haven't seen my most recent video where I went over the profit and loss statement, from this we took home, what was it, about 64,000, so about 10,000 in fees and discounts and all that kind of stuff. So what hit our bank account was about 64,000. So here is the point in the video where I went through and I talked about some tips for success on Faire, but as I was editing it, I realized that my mic had really slipped into my jacket. So every second of the video, there was a rustling sound. And at first I just put a little note saying, so sorry for the rustling sound, but honestly, like I didn't even want to watch the video because of the rustling. So I figured you probably wouldn't either. So this is just a little way that I can fix the video while I'm editing it. So basically I wanted to just share my personal experience with Faire because I feel like I kind of have a unique perspective on it because of the fact that I have been on the platform twice with two very different experiences. So the very first time that I got on the platform was about 2021, and I got accepted pretty much right away. I think it took me maybe 2 days to get accepted onto the platform, and I used an affiliate link. So I used somebody's referral link to join the platform, and I got on right away. But to be completely honest, I half-assed everything. So I didn't fill out everything that I should have filled out. I didn't take advantage of the new perks that they give you as a new brand on the platform. So I believe it's the first 2 or 3 weeks they promote you, and you can do certain things to have them promote you a little bit longer. And that typically is a good way for you to actually get your first sale or two on the platform. And I didn't really fill out any of the description, shipping information. I didn't even put my whole catalog on there. So I had very half-assed Faire shop, if you will. So I only had one picture, and it was the picture that I would use where it was basically just my candle with a white background. And overall, my Faire shop looked really boring. It didn't look like something that a retailer would actually want to spend time engaging with and looking through. It looked really bare and it looked really boring. So I didn't end up getting any sales on the platform. And I believe it was within 6 months, I had emailed customer service and requested that they just cancel and take down my shop. And so they did. And then it was probably about, maybe it was a little under a year, maybe it was close to a year later, I decided to try it again. But this time it took me about 8 months to get accepted onto the platform, with multiple times of requesting and doing different applications. So it took a lot longer the next time. But then once I did get accepted, I went 100% as much time and work and energy and effort that I could into it. And it definitely paid off because we got way more sales. It was right before the summer market, and that kind of kicked us off on a really good foot. But what I've noticed the most about Faire is that whatever they have on the platform that you can fill out and optimize, definitely do so. So make sure that you are adding multiple photos, add videos if you can of your products, because especially with candles, it's something that these retailers aren't able to smell or see or touch ahead of time unless they request samples from you. But most of the time, a lot of these retailers are just going to order based on the photos, the price, and the scents that you offer. So I would recommend that you have your full catalog on there, and that every scent and size has its own listing. So let's say you have a mango coconut milk candle and you have a large and a small. Instead of having both of those in one listing and just doing kind of like a variant, I recommend that you have a listing for each of them. And that way you really have more of a variety on your shop, and the retailer is going to be able to visually see what they could or would be getting by clicking on your listing, and if they were to make a purchase. So a lot of times, when we have different sizes of candles, they look different. So you want to make sure that that is the main image of whatever they are clicking on. And then just optimize everything. So by optimize, I mean just do the best you can with giving the best detailed description of any possible thing that the retailer would want to know about your product. So I think I even put how much it weighs so that they know the size of it, because they're going to be putting it on their shelves. I talk about, I think I put even a little bit of the candle care in there as well, but just, the ingredients that you use, the burn time, the way it looks, scent description, and just really give as much detail as you possibly can. And something else that I messed up on was I didn't input the shipping information. So what you're going to want to do in the shipping portion of each of the product descriptions is you're going to put in the information on each product. So for instance, if your candle is 3 inches tall and 2.5 inches wide, you're going to input that information. And if it's 12 ounces in weight, now this is not net weight, this is the total weight. So put the entire candle with the jar weight and everything on a scale to figure out how much that weighs, because this is going to give an estimate for shipping cost for the retailer. So because I didn't fill out any of this information, I have no idea what it looked like on the retailer's end. I don't even know if it gave them an estimation for shipping or whatnot. I have no idea. So I recommend that you spend time to input all of that information so that these retailers will know what the estimated shipping cost is going to be, because that's going to help be able to know if it's worth it for them to actually purchase your products. And then something else that I recommend is to create collections. So you want to make your Faire shop really easy to shop. You want it to be something to where when people and potential retailers click on your shop, they're going to look at everything and be like, okay, this is the category I want to shop. Oh yes, I'm looking for these kind of scents, or I'm looking for this kind of product or these sizes. I also have a collection of bestsellers or higher sell-through rate candle scents, just to make it easier for somebody who is just clicking on your profile and looking for something that is going to make them money, because these retailers are looking to make a profit. So they want to immediately see, okay, what is going to actually make me money? And a high sell-through really means that this is going to sell well in their shop, or it has a higher potential of selling well in their shop. And then another thing that we do is we do always send messages to any of the buyers that do purchase from us. Now, I know the caveat to this is you do have to get a sale in order to do this, but the best part is that if you are new to the platform, you do get those boosts in the free marketing from Faire. So there is a slightly higher chance of you getting a sale. But if you are on the platform currently, and let's say you've been on for a year or longer and you haven't gotten any sales and you're not sure why, maybe take a moment and just completely revise everything. Have a whole new look, change your banner, update your story, so your brand story, and update your product photos. If you need to pay for a photographer to have nicer and more appealing photos, definitely do so, because that may possibly be the issue. You may also need to look at your pricing as well. If potentially your pricing may be too high, perhaps it's not, but that's also something to take a look at as well. But whenever you do get a sale, I always like to open that line of communication and at least thank the retailer for placing the order and give them kind of maybe an estimate on the time frame of shipping, just to really open up that communication. And I feel like that also opens up the line of communication for them to want to leave a review when they do get your products as well, and potentially also be a returning customer. So those are the things off the top of my head that I can think of. Again, we've only been on the platform for a year and a half, so I feel like, I don't even know. I feel like I'm not even super qualified to talk about this, although in the grand scheme of things, I do think that we have done really well with how much we have grossed up until this point. So this seems to be what works for us. We log in every single day. We always contact everybody that purchases from us. We always, I'll even go in and like tweak the descriptions and change different things on certain scents, and just to show that activity, just to show that we're on the platform, we care, we're always trying to make improvements. And because Faire is a marketplace similar to Etsy, it's going to reward the brands that are really putting a lot of effort into doing well on the platform. So again, I know that we're not experts. I don't know everything about the Faire platform and all that kind of stuff, but this is what I've learned so far. And overall, it's been working out really well. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Memory Box Candle Co. And I will see you in my next video.